Alright guys, the McFly album journey continues. Finally, I am checking out Wonderland, and I have nothing else to say, to be honest. I'm just ready to listen, so I'm gonna do that. If you'd like to see the full-length version of this video, you can do so on my Patreon, which is linked in the description. Alright, I'll be okay.
It's been so long now, you've forgotten how to smile. And overhead the skies are clear, but it still seems to rain on you. And your only friends all have better things to do. I'll be okay.
Okay, did they know I needed to hear this song?
Need someone to take the blame. When the love
Yikes.
to share the pain.
Do they have like cameras on me? This is way too relatable.
TV on and you're lying in an empty bed. Be okay. Oh, just tell yourself, I'll be okay. Won't you tell yourself,
I love that bass coming in.
when you're down and lost and you need a helping hand.
I thought they were gonna go for a key change for a second.
Try a little harder.
Whew, well, did not expect to tear up after the first track, but here I am, here we are. That is a timeless song with a timeless message, and what I mean by that is I'm sure many of you who were listening to this song when it was released are still just as affected by it emotionally all this time later, because it certainly got to me. This is my first time hearing it. Honestly, I think if I were to watch them perform this live, that's when the tears would really start flowing. We are off to a very strong start. Let's just keep this going. I've got you.
When the days are rough and an hour seems much longer, I never doubted you at all. Stars collide, will you stand by and watch them fall? Yeah, but I got you, oh, to make me feel better. When the nights are long, they'll be easier together. But if you need me, I'll be there.
That bridge was gorgeous.
Yeah, I got you.
On that last note, you could hear Danny backing off of the mic, especially if you're wearing good headphones, which I highly recommend, because that's just one of my favorite things about listening to albums is hearing those special little moments. Well, little moments that are special to me, at least. My favorite part of that track has to be the instrumentation, but I could easily see myself singing along to it once I learn the lyrics. Yeah, actually, the chorus is already stuck in my head. Okay, next up, Ultraviolet, which I have heard them perform live, and if you don't already know, I'm freaking obsessed with this song. It's just... I love it.
Nothing goes to plan. It's all a game of chance, they say at Wonderland. These summer girls are really something else. Our lights are sharp, the nights are long. And Mrs. Halloween is drinking at the bar again in New Orleans.
every single one of these melodies is so catchy.
But I like the way I'm feeling now. Kissing her lips at midnight, under the stars and moonlight. But I never thought we'd be this wrong. The nights go on and on. The nights go on and on.
This has nothing to do with this particular song. I just remembered to ask you guys if Harry ever sings a lead in any of their songs, because I'm realizing I probably wouldn't recognize his voice since I haven't really heard him sing. But I have seen him do some background vocals during a few of their live performances. I will never get over that chorus melody specifically. It's just so nostalgic. The first time I heard them perform it live, I was immediately in love with what I was hearing. So it's nice to finally have the studio version under my belt. All right, the Ballad of Paul Kay.
He's drinking Coca-Cola, feels like he's getting older now, and noticing how he's finding when life has been unkind, and you're losing your mind. Look in the mirror, afraid of what you'll find. It feels like time's not on your side.
Okay, I don't know how much Tom had to do with this track specifically, but there's something very theatrical about this song musically so far. And I follow Tom on Instagram. I know he's very involved with musical theater, so it's cool to hear those influences in these earlier albums, because now I know they've always been there. Listening to these albums in order while being very familiar with present-day McFly is so fun, because I feel like I'm enrolled in McFly 101.
Turn away, but somehow the ones you loved, you hate now. You feel down and blue.
Loved those stacked vocals.
Stood beside you all the way. Now it's too late. It's too late for you. When life has been unkind.
Okay, so I am currently on Genius. I just had to look into the song because I had a strong feeling it was about something very real to at least one of the band members, and I didn't want to miss anything, and I'm glad I did look into it because I was right. They've listed a quote from Dougie, and he says, "The Ballad of Paul Kay was inspired by mine and Danny's dads going through midlife crises and walking out on our families. Why Paul Kay? The song was named after a Greek kid I went to school with. He never spoke. It wasn't just that he was a bit quiet like me. He actually never spoke." And also a quote from Tom where he says, "The Ballad of Paul Kay was the first time we'd tried to write a serious song about life. Even now I get guys coming up to me saying how well they relate to it." Well, needless to say, they accomplished their goal pretty darn well. I'm sure you guys could tell by my shock that there wasn't a change in perspective at the end, that I began to understand that it is a very serious song, and it is an absolute fear of mine to end up like the person they were describing in that song. I'm sure many of you share that sentiment. Loneliness is a very underrated nightmare, in my opinion. All right, next up, I Want to Hold You.
And I'm for the broken-hearted, marching through the streets.
What in the 1960s rock is happening?
Ground under your feet. I wanna hold you. My skies are turning black. Feels like a heart attack. Attention, please. We interrupt this program with some disturbing news. A worldwide evacuation.
Oh my goodness. Guys, I just remembered to change the screen back. I'll have to fix this part of the video in editing, but my goodness, am I glad I did not go the entire rest of this video only having my face on the screen. Whew, that was a close call. For lack of a better term, that song was really cool. Excuse my French. I've pointed out many times that it seems like they love to pull from a variety of references and time periods, and Danny is just the perfect vocalist for a 60s sounding rock track. Alright, next up, Too Close for Comfort.
Why you're leaving me, but I know you must have your reason. There's tears in your eyes, watch as you cry, but it's getting late. Was I invading in on your secrets?
Ooh, I'm loving Tom's tone here.
You're pushing me out when I wanted it. Find that you change your mind. I'm lost for words, and everything I feel for you I wrote down on one piece of paper. Was I too
Love that call and response with the vocals and the instrumentation.
What was I just about to discover?
Another stunning track where I especially loved the instrumentation. And obviously, I gotta give them my usual bonus points for a 6/8 time signature. And that's probably been my favorite vocal moment from Tom so far. Next up, All About You. I'm like 90% sure I've heard them perform this one live as well. Yeah, this melody's already sounding familiar.
Then you whispered in my ear and you told me to. Said you'd make my life worthwhile. It's all about you. And I would answer all your wishes if you asked me to. And I would answer all your wishes if you asked me to. But if you deny me one of your kisses, don't know what I'd do. So hold me close and say the words like you used to do. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you. It's all about you, baby. It's all about you.
Honestly, for me, that song is all about the vocals and harmonies. No pun intended. It's a very sweet, romantic song, and I've mentioned this before, I believe, but it takes skill to be able to write very sweet songs and not have them come across as cheesy. They just don't work if they're not genuine, and I've never gotten that vibe from any of their super sweet, romantic songs. Alright, She Falls Asleep, Part 1. Not to be too on the nose, but this is quite dreamy. Woo. That transition was so smooth. Okay, we got lyrics.
She falls asleep and all she thinks about is you. She falls asleep and all she dreams about is you. I don't know what I should say, 'cause she's crying. It feels as though she's thrown it all away. She won't last another day. You're climbing the stairs, unaware that she's hurting.
Oh my goodness.
Very still on the floor by the door, but it's luck, 'cause she was hoping you would come back for more. But it's too late to realize you've made mistakes. Been making far too Please save me. I've been waiting.
Damn it, Tom. Damn it. Stop doing things that make me fall in love with you more and more. This is not okay. I really don't know what I just listened to, but oh my gosh. What a welcome surprise. It's going to take me a bit to digest that one, but what I do want to say is absolutely love the story that was being told. I'll have to re-listen to it to really pay attention. I was kind of stunned by everything happening at once, but the entire time, I just pictured Tom in the middle of a musical, having this solo moment with the spotlight on him, and he was wearing a crown. I don't know what the show would be, but he was wearing a crown. I saw it, so it's true. He was definitely wearing a crown. Yeah, that was straight from a musical soundtrack, and I will not hear anything to the contrary. He definitely vindicated my earlier sentiments, which makes me feel good. The talent, I will never understand, but I am beginning to think he somehow siphons magical powers from his glasses. That's all I can come up with right now. Anywho, next up, don't know why. Back into the acoustic swing of things.
One by one, drinks are gone. Do I have to stay? Why? I just let it slip by me all the time. I just wish you'd have tried. We are not the same.
That guitar in the background is very bluesy.
Cry and try to justify. Don't right your wrong with my mistakes, 'cause my head's held high and I don't know why.
I do like how these verses just slide into the chorus.
Me all the time. Dreams we have as kids all fade away.
Yeah, those guitar moments were the highlight of that song for me. I wasn't sure how I was feeling about it at first, but once the bridge came in and the last chorus kicked it up a notch, it all kind of clicked for me. All right, next up, Nothing. I mean, nothing is a song, which is something, so whatever.
Everything she says to me means nothing. Even words of sympathy mean nothing. There's misery taking every memory. Just tell me why this misery won't go away. How can we carry on this way?
interesting timing on these verses.
Never bring me down, 'cause I'm so far above you. You think you're strong,
Ooh, love that lower harmony.
but you're nothing to me now, and I hope you will be happy.
Okay, so the thing is, I enjoyed a lot about nothing. I thought the instrumentation was fantastic. Absolutely loved the chorus and the bridge. But overall, it wasn't my favorite on my initial listen, and I think it's just the verses. I thought the timing was a little strange on them. Maybe they'll grow on me. I'll just have to see. But yeah, didn't dislike the song at all. I'd actually love to give it more listens and see how I end up feeling about it. But anywho, lastly, we have Memory Lane.
Has changed, now feels like yesterday. I went away, threw words around that she moved down. So much has changed, now it feels like yesterday. I went away. So much has changed, so much has changed, so much has changed, so much has changed.
It's worth noting that I am currently looking at this gorgeous banner of the gents on my computer monitor, which is quite large. It's a bit intimidating because I feel like they're staring straight into my soul. And also Danny's giving me the smolder right now, and it's working. I will just leave it there. Except I'm not, because as soon as I said I'll just leave it there, I started thinking about him licking that guitar again.
He is nothing but a horny bastard.
Okay, let me get my mind out of the gutter.
So much has changed, now feels like yesterday. I went away. So much has changed, so much has changed, so much has changed, so much has changed.
Yeah, so with Memory Lane, it wasn't a super cinematic sounding song, but that huge swell at the end felt very cinematic, if that makes sense. That's probably the best way I'm going to be able to describe it right now. As usual, my thoughts are all jumbled right after listening to an album. But we have reached the end, and firstly, the growth is already very apparent. To me, it sounds like they were a bit more experimental with this album, even though the debut, obviously, no pun intended, had a bunch of different sounds. I mean, they really went for it with the strings, and there was a full-on musical moment, wow, Bryson, musical theater moment. There we go. And it all worked for me. I am excited to see where they went next. Now, as for my favorites, I'm not going to go through all of them because the only track I didn't consider an instant favorite is Nothing. But my current top 3 would be Ultraviolet, I Wanna Hold You, and Too Close for Comfort. But I do want to give honorable mentions to I'll Be Okay and I've Got You, because both of those songs just felt like a giant group hug, which I would absolutely love. Oh my gosh, a McFly group hug. I am speaking that into existence. Alright guys, let me know your thoughts on this album and your top 3. And if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!